wezani kishua. Sema na dona vile wakigaona najituma, shughuli ya ganzi napiga yoyote, bora ni donte piga kishu. Karibu wafanya nitani na chizi, niliwasho siku rahisi. Mziki na pigo tazani injili, mziki na pigo tazani na chizi. Ilia gani umesikia siskiki, naifanya na sibatishi. Kaifu walea mpishi, kwa nenda sibabaishi. Unijue zani na ni, unijui kambali na mi. Ni kwa klamu, mbali ya mi, remba kibondo, stiki na ni. Unijue zani na ni, unijui kambali na mi. Ni kwa klamu, mbali ya mi, remba kibondo, stiki na ni. Leo napiga wezani kishua, tunasema na do unajua. Leo kibao na zote nipiwa, zani wewe unajua. Zisi tumbo na kili na dua, zisi duze na jituma. Shughuli ya kanzi napiga yoyote, bora ni zote piga kishua. Leo napiga wezani kishua, tunasema na do unajua. Leo kibao na zote nipiwa, zani wewe unajua. Zisi tumbo na kili na dua, zisi duze na jituma. Shughuli ya kanzi napiga yoyote, bora ni zote piga kishua.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Here is Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all from Wheaton, Switzerland. Reaching out to our brothers and sisters on the African continent. You're tuning into Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to Freshness.
I just read my fears, now I'm up. Sounds a little here, I feel dumb. Got some nicotine, watch my front. Get me up the clouds, it's 50 hot. Landing down, 50, I'm coming out. Scary me, I'm free, shaky the legs, feeling out. Make believe is all I breathe, since the mind keep me down. Lonely me is all I see, misery, keep me proud. Mentally victimized, moves all villainized. Could never minimize, especially digitize. Could only criticize, yeah, cause bitches disguise. Don't give no shit, why? My ass is subsidized, yeah, how they demonize. M0 demon time, slowly be advised. Catching zeros and zero time, how can I go compromise? Fuck up, get chastised, ego be maximized. Couldn't fit them size. If bitches naked sons, I'm the nanny hoe. And your son's time, take your cabbage to blow. Nadai kurese ba, badala mduka nayo. Ili na hustle hard, mwaka itoshi salo. Lazima kuwa sharp, usikili life ni daro. Nobody easy fucks, lazima ulipe karo. Ati, huni nani, depends on who is asking. Jina kubwa minish money, when I pull like party or happy. Niko puta sipping bubbly kwa rasi huni party. Hini favor sijigambi, tuwa fair na ni mbali. Always rapping 1 to 5, rich anti-fucker wife. Kila siku niko grind, longer than your 9 to 5. All my ladies get in line, let nobody check your shine. Easy how I make it rhyme, check easy lady me vibe. For president, all of them incompetent. Kazi kuni pretend, kila track like vignette. Me I say it with my chest, nigga I'm the fucking best. So nataka kujitest.
Go argue with your pets. Yo, karibuni Sarah to the Rhythm Scoop Show, Arts, Entertainment and Culture. And we started with literally major, crazy entertainment buddies edition. And you can see it's the buddies edition. Stop playing. Karibuni Sarah to the media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, the captain of the day. Today's conversation, and of course we get to do this every Monday and Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. But it depends the time. It depends who's asking, Pia.
Asking.
But yes, everybody, so we got the lovely Iwaton and SH to the money in the building as well.
What's up, what?
How's you guys been?
Amazing.
How's your week been?
Very interesting.
Ready for the weekend?
Yeah, in a good way though, but
Okay.
full of magic,
Yeah.
full of gratitude. They always say that at the time when you want to complain, start being grateful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like you feel like, oh my god, things are not going my way,
Yeah.
just be grateful for what you have.
That's
it actually
true.
makes you see the point, oh my god, I have something for myself.
Mhm.
Because complaining brings stagnation.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My week has been challenging and
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Like literally, I think I'm in my soft girl era. Literally,
Come on.
yeah. Literally, I've been a happy girl
Mm-hmm.
this week till a
Yeah.
few days, but it's not something that can't be changed on earth. So I'm just grateful. But apart from that, my week has been amazing.
Just like any other day.
Let's take
The
a-
challenges are meant to make us grow, learn.
Yeah.
That's how we should see challenges
That
every
is
day. I always see
true. I
challenges as
agree.
a way of, if it's not learning, it could grow. I feel like with maybe whatever, I don't know what you're going through, it should be a lesson.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a
And then,
lesson.
like, you know, maybe have something backup. Or
Yeah,
maybe
always have a
something,
backup.
you know,
Literally,
like
you learn.
situation.
You learn
Yeah.
from it. All your experiences, you learn from them.
That's true.
So every day, I feel like the mistake make you,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't make mistakes, you won't know whether it's good or bad.
It's true.
But if you make a mistake, you know, oh, next time I need to do better. Next time I need to do this,
That's
or
true.
next time I don't need to do this. So every day is a lesson.
Yeah,
So
nice.
how was your week?
My week has been, of course, kungangana.
gosh,
Monday
yeah.
started with me being, home,
Yeah.
sick, literally. But I'd say literally towards the end of the week, I feel better. I feel
Looking
like,
better-ish.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
better. Literally, I feel like myself. Feeling myself actually, because I remember on Tuesday when I was coming to work, I even told you I
Yeah.
was crying on the road,
Yeah, yeah.
like shedding tears for it. Like my eyes, because of now rubbing my eyes and because of the teary, the kuta, the
Yeah.
nose running and all that, kushinda tu na handkerchief, so even one of my eyes might swell. So someone couldn't tell if I'm really crying or ni homa.
Yeah.
But in real sense, I was so emotional. Like I
Yeah.
came literally crying to work because I'm like, why am I feeling this way? I hate this feeling. I just want to be okay, you know. I'm like, and I just understand it's nature. These things happen, you know. It's crazy. But my week has been just heavy, but I'm
Right.
grateful that Imesha. I was very sure itaisha kama
Right.
nimepona.
Yeah. Because me, I also cry baby when I'm sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
so
just love-
into myself when I'm
Really?
sick. Yeah.
Nalia sana. Like I'll be like, why you not here? Come take care of me.
Exactly.
Nalia too for no good reason. Yeah. So I feel like I like being taken care of.
For
when
me,
I'm
just I'm so much into myself. Even if I'm not with anyone, I just want to be to myself. Like, just let me feel it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sick. Today maybe I feel like I really can't. Just allow me just feel that shit. So if I can't today,
Yeah.
I will, and I'll put it through. Even if I'm gonna be emotional, I'll still
Yeah.
push it through.
I'm so proactive when I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, she
That's
comes to
crazy
work.
of you.
Come to work, she'll do crazy things. I'm like, yeah, you sick?
Yeah.
She doesn't even
Yeah, it's crazy because she had the worst flu. Nico like,
Yeah,
are you
remember?
okay? Nasikia
Yeah.
na alcohol like the worst. I'm like, a bit better. Na sauti yake iko huko. I'm like, she's not feeling okay, but she didn't even cook.
Oh my
Crazy,
goodness.
man.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I'm
me, I
also
can't.
proactive.
Shout out
Yeah.
to you, man. That is super
Maybe it
amazing.
keeps you on your toes.
It does.
Yeah?
That's
Actually,
nice.
Yeah,
yes.
I can't.
That's nice.
Nataka kulia, nataka
Wallahi.
kumeza dawa, nataka nilale. I know.
It's crazy, man. But of course, to everyone with us on the network, let us know. Everyone with us on the radio, on YouTube, how has your week been? What are you looking forward to this weekend? What are you guys looking forward to this weekend?
This weekend.
Plans?
A lot of rest.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe for a brunch or something.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, had you
Yeah.
mentioned that earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Me, I was supposed to be like a very crazy weekend.
Yo, I was
Mine
also
was-
supposed to be on that gang.
Yeah, my weekend was supposed to be
Yeah.
Friday crazy, Saturday crazy, but
Yeah.
looks like my Saturday and Friday is open. So I think my weekend is gonna be like
Chill.
chill, but I think I'm gonna go to the studio
Alright.
Okay.
on Saturday, and then on Sunday I might have a little date.
Nice.
Might have if that man decides he's being masculine.
That
You
man.
na
Yeah.
kuongelesha wewe.
Yo,
Period.
you better act masculine.
Literally. How is your weekend, Joby? Gonna be?
Mine
man.
chilled. I have
Yeah.
literally not so much of the plans. Just running some few things, checking on some few things. I feel like I just want to keep myself a little bit busy. Not
Okay.
plans. I don't want to say it's literally anything hectic for me.
Okay.
Fun in
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be part of your plan.
Period.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So yeah, we'll see how it's gonna
Yeah.
go. Personally, I feel like when it comes to my weekend nowadays, especially for the last 2-3 years,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just been niko tu like
Yeah,
venye tu
umekuwa
ita-
kibo.
venye tu haina shida. Venye tu itaenda, hivyo tu vile
Amekuwa
inabo.
tu chill. I'm like-
Inanibamba. Because I feel like for me, it's something I didn't know that I had in me,
Yeah,
being
yeah, no, it's
honest.
always like
Just
that.
seeing myself chill, I'm like, wow, it amazes
That's
me by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I try to look at way back, by the way, I was crazy. Like
Yeah.
we had finished the show here and go out. Like hata kama ni saa sita ama saa saba tutapatana na Shimani, tutaenda Dunda,
Tulikuwa tunaenda saa
eat.
saba, after
Yeah,
show, it
like
was
every
crazy.
Friday, like a must to
And
take it
people
when
would be like,
we're
are you
out.
guys going out?
Exactly.
Yes,
Like
finish
it
the
was
show early,
mandatory.
you need to go.
You know, it was like
You.
me a thing. So I like the maturity of
Yeah.
understanding.
Amazing.
Literally, weekends are not what the society
Yeah.
portrays it to be. Because I feel like most
Exactly.
of our
Yes, it has
people,
to be.
most
It
of
doesn't.
us, we've made it like it's a culture. Every weekend you need to go
Nah,
out,
it's
you need to go to the
not,
club.
right?
It's
Yeah.
not a culture. It's
not.
mentality.
I
agree.
And the influence on maybe the people you're chilling with.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
if you find,
Really
like
matters.
you say,
Yeah.
you like indoor party,
Yeah.
you know, it's chill,
I
nice.
don't like
You
outdoor,
cook, you know,
yeah.
you get to eat your own favorite food, the amount on attack,
Play
less
games,
spending,
you
talk.
less
Less
spending as well,
spending,
especially
yes.
on the less spending.
Mm.
That's I think one of the things
Yeah.
that's made me laid
Yeah,
back.
mimi kwanza.
Because if you look at the Uber, if you go out, you know, my day, we'll use Uber. You
Facts.
don't want to go appear in a club from a matatu.
I
You
know.
Where?
It's
on hills, like,
And in your shower dresses.
you know, exactly. You need to
know.
pop on a Uber looking
course.
nice, live on a Uber,
Uber,
you know,
drinks on you and it's expensive.
food.
Food.
There's always munchies.
It's like maybe 10K down the line.
There's always
Crazy.
shots in the club.
I know.
Mini
Probably when you're
concert.
going on like a brunch with your girls,
Right.
you know, with men it's different
Yeah,
because
of
it's
course.
zero budget.
Yeah.
But with your girls, there's always a budget somewhere, you know. So at the end of the
course.
day, you know, it's kind of expensive, but it's good to save some bag.
Yep.
It's good to
Yeah.
save.
But
Plus, I
yeah.
feel like also you determine how you want your week to be and your weekend to be. Nobody should tell you you are supposed to be doing. Because some people are working on the weekends, so should you tell them to
Yeah.
party?
Literally, they're working on the weekend.
Exactly. So we're gonna play one more jam. We come back with our quotes of the day. So shout out to everyone who's with us. You can share maybe any amazing quotes you have. Let us know the plans you have for the weekend. You know, we'll be coming back with amazing conversations of everything that has happened during the weekend. We have Pastor Nganga on the line. I love the way he's always making headlines every single time.
Amazing.
You know, you're not gonna lack him making something, you know, saying something funny. So you're gonna be coming back with Pastor Nganga. So I'll be talking about, of course, the Butere girls, which of course you guys have been covering. I've not been able to talk about it, so I'm gonna give my
Okay.
own rant about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about, of course, also what is happening in some country regarding. We're going towards the weekend, so be grateful. I'd say when you speak about gratitude,
Yeah.
be grateful that you can actually drink some clean water.
Yeah,
Or you actually, if
that's-
you're able to do your laundry,
Yes.
you know, and you don't have to go anywhere, bend over, purchase
Yeah.
water. You have water. Like I'm talking about water, because there are some countries, women who are really, really suffering. I think in Kenya, there's a time I did a documentary of some women have to they have to sleep with these men who are in these places ndo wapewe maji.
Yeah.
If you don't have 10 bob ya kupeana
Oh.
maji kila siku kila siku. There's a time I did a whole document. It's on BBC, I think. If you check literally on their past documented history. So be grateful if you have food on your table, if you have shelter, if you're healthy. You know, if you can drink something nice, you can eat the
Yeah.
food you like.
Yeah.
You know, you have a job, you get
Yeah.
paid. Vitu tu kidogo kidogo, let me tell you, because we have come to realize some small things irritate
Oh my
me,
gosh.
but at the same time
Yeah.
we should be grateful for small things.
Yes.
Like nimekuja kurealize maybe kuna vitu tu kidogo kidogo zifai kuni-irritate, but they really irritate me.
Yeah.
And I need to correct that, but I'm like, because when I look at where nimetoka ni mbali,
Yeah.
to avoid irritation,
Yes.
literally. But at the same time, small things you should be grateful for. If
I
you have the
agree.
ability of even doing them as much as maybe it's not.
That is
ama
true.
sijui.
Yeah.
Tutu kidogo. Be grateful.
grateful.
Gratitude, that's what I'm
Gratitude
gonna say.
every
So we're going back in with Tulia. I'm trying to find ile ngoma yake ya Tulia. Hili nena shasema, I don't know if you know.
I said
Dream
what I
Digest?
said. No, it's
Some-
this one. I
Yeah.
said what I said. The one with the bandana, the second
Yeah.
one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. I
Okay.
said what I said.
I don't think it's this one.
It's that one.
That's it, honey.
I said what I said. That's it.
Nena.
That's it.
It's with the ups,
I
man.
said what I said.
Shout out to Leah though. Fuck the ups though. Go get some body, man. Act like a lady. Don't be so masculine, baby. Where?
Bazoo, madala mazoo, fadala bazoo. Para zako johula balu, konga mashonde jopele kalu. Hatuna unspoken agenda, wazikimba uchiki na lenga. Sikujui ya stranger danger, tukibizo ngeresha maneja. Najua inachuki una
Yeah, na tunasema F the up siku zombo tote.
That's for sure.
Siku zombo tote. My quote of the day is, don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Yeah, so confidently move to the ups confidently. On their face, because they don't be doing shit.
It's so true. I agree with her.
Exactly.
My energy is that I've already won. No competing, no jealousy, no acts of bitter behavior. Everything I need today, I have. Everything I will need tomorrow, I will have. Therefore, I am winning in my present, and know I'll be winning in my future too. Gratitude for the now will take you places.
All right. I say don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time.
Wow,
amazing.
Know who you are,
weekend.
man.
Yes.
Literally know who you are. Know yourself, know your
Yeah.
aura. Me personally, the moment nilikuja could discover the aura I bring in the room, don't play with me. Like,
Yeah.
don't play. I love the way, especially if you know yourself and you walk in a room and
Yes.
unapologetic.
It's just you.
Yeah.
There are people who get unbothered.
They are like,
Trust me.
they ask you like the audacity.
Hey, hata kama
Yeah.
watukujui
Yeah.
ama mjai meet. I feel like I remember the first time. I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but I feel like the first time we went to this event, Uncut.
Yeah, there was
There were people who were so
they
uncomfortable
were
with
uncomfortable
us.
around us.
There were so many people
And it
who
was
were
our
uncomfortable.
first event
Our
being
first
outside,
event,
like
yeah.
with the industry.
Like you could just
Yeah.
see it like, what's
Kina
going
nani?
on? Like,
Yeah.
why am I making you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
But then you come realizing, yeah, with the aura you bring in the room. Think unafaa tu realize
Yeah.
wewe ni nani.
I know
Yeah.
it was crazy because now we met a lot of people who
Exactly.
know who know each other in the industry,
okay.
celebrities, and then we were just ourselves when you tunakuwa, and then
Yeah.
you just feel because we were ourselves, and they were like, who are
And
these
we've always
people?
been ourselves.
So we were, and mostly like we were with the gang, so we
Yeah.
were like just sisi tu venye tunakuanga, and then you just feel like everybody's just asking nyini kina nani,
Right.
why are you guys here, like who are you? Everybody kept asking. I'm like, yeah, get used to these faces. We are just
Yeah.
new, but trust
Our
me,
confidence.
it's crazy.
Our
It's
confidence.
key.
Because
Yeah.
we bring in rawness, authenticity.
Yes.
We bring the fire.
Period.
We bring the sexiness.
The
We bring the
realness.
style.
The
Like when you have a
baddest.
shwani.
The
you know?
baddest.
Literally. We
Period.
bring the art when you have
Yeah.
a jobby.
Period.
Like, come
That's
on.
what
Yeah, and we bring even the body.
Literally.
Deserving.
Look at
Always.
that. And the
Period.
class.
Yo, and the lingo.
That's
Don't forget
true.
your time. Like, yo, she gonna take y'all's money.
Period. Period.
For sure.
I'm gonna tell you that
I
off.
was-
I was telling something to you on a message I was told to deliver
Yeah.
by so and so.
Oh, okay.
So and so.
Yeah.
So and so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You gotta tell me that.
We need more food.
We need we need more food. Why?
Where's money?
We need more food and big.
Oh.
You're not
Don't get the
following.
joke.
Yeah,
So
she's
put me on.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll catch up.
You'll catch up.
You'll catch up. But
I'm sure.
let's catch up.
Chini ya maji. This has to go. We are
We
playing
need
some
more
music
food.
and
We
put
need
me
more
on.
food.
Why?
You know, the food you ate,
Yeah.
we need more food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She literally thinks we need more food.
Shmani, I've never seen you literally not being able to catch
What are we
up
talking
things super
about?
quick like that.
Put me on. Say a name that we always use and
Say a
Tashkarada.
name.
No, we can't say a name.
The name that we that,
The
that
food
we
you
don't know.
ate.
Yeah.
The food you just ate.
Yeah.
The location. Yeah.
We need more food.
Yeah.
Yes, we need more food. You want on? We need more
Coming.
food.
She finally
Coming.
caught up. Oh my goodness! After 7
Please,
years.
I'm telling you.
I
we
know.
need
Yeah,
more
we
food.
need more food. So
You
there was
see,
a
we didn't have
there was
to
a
say the name.
special delivery of message.
Ah,
Yeah. So I had to deliver.
now wow.
So that's something we need more food,
Uh-huh.
but off air.
No,
You know?
no go job now. No go job. Ah,
It's
now
the
wow.
lingo, I tell you. And then
Literally.
it's crazy because they were even fighting. Like all, like you know, unasikia mwingine anasema, "Wewe wacha, unishakwambia wewe.
Oh my gosh.
Sha-
Nishakwambia ule ni wangu."
Ah.
Okay.
That's all
That's
I
what's
can say.
happening.
Ah, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
kids, we don't need no shopping. We are safe.
Yo, we need shopping.
Yeah.
We need shopping. We need other things, not the food part maybe, but other things we do need
It's
them.
the energy you vibrate. You
Period.
attract who you are.
I
Eh,
know,
tafadhali,
man.
lakini sasa tabidi umenona.
Itabidi watu usipongeza pounds hapa
Atasema
tutakushangaa.
chakula enda wapi?
Yeah.
Napea chakula kisa amnoni bana.
Mapenzi tele.
Mimi nataka huyu, mimi
Pesa
niachie
tele.
huyu.
Stop.
Tele.
Now, wow.
We'll talk
Come
about
on.
that.
But yeah, we got Pastor Nganga in the house, of course, always with the highlights. 5 minutes past the top of the hour, and we started with Pastor Nganga. Anasema hata Yesu awezi kandani yako na hiyo tamaa yako uko nayo.
Oh my, it's true
I
though.
don't know who he's talking about, but he's talking about Fuliza. So
Oh.
they're saying Pastor Nganga harshly rebukes those who rely on Fuliza. Like when? I use Fuliza.
Really?
Yeah, I use
When did
Fuliza.
you do that?
Do you use Fuliza?
No, I
The
don't.
economy is
That's
so
how you're
tough.
mocha.
No, see how many block?
What?
Yeah.
How?
Like I think
Why?
I have had
You don't
Fuliza
pay?
in my previous number.
Oh.
Yeah, the 19.
Okay.
Remember the number that was on TikTok?
Yeah.
The one that went with TikTok? I think
Yeah.
I registered Fuliza on that number.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tried on my new number, because the number was given already.
Okay.
So when I tried on my new number, I'll in block. But it's okay, at least I don't have loans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would have had.
It's not really a loan.
It's
Because
a loan
you're
you
paying
pay.
it- you're
Yeah,
paying
you
it
keep
back.
on
You're paying
it
with
back.
interest, Job. It's a loan. It's just
Still,
that
but
as
it's
never
still- but
been
it's
that
your
much
money.
of
interest. Trust me. It's
Trust
like
me.
Yeah.
No, because at a certain point ukikawia
Mm.
interest in a pound.
Okay, Miss Kawiangi. So
In a
I
panda.
don't see the
Because
interest
ukichukua
being
like
deducted.
300 you pay with 330, right? That's 30 shillings. So you can imagine how many people. Trust me, it's
Is it
like a
really?
loan.
Let me show you.
See.
Funny me. I
How
only
much
got
are you
Fuliza.
paying? Me, I don't take
My
Fuliza.
Fuliza gets deducted every time because me keep on withdrawing
Angalia
money from
ulilipa
my
how
account.
much, ulikuwa na how much, ukalipa ukakata ngapi.
So earlier, let me see. I withdrew. I had a Fuliza, outstanding
Okay.
Fuliza of. Let me see. Transferred. Okay, so I had an outstanding Fuliza of 587.
Okay.
And 587, listen, so I withdrew 1,000 bob from my Mshwari,
Right.
and then 587 from your M-Pesa was deducted. So it was just that. Then my M-Pesa balance ikarudi to like kawaida. My Fuliza limit is 600 for me.
Oh,
Right.
so
And
so
the M-Pesa balance
like if you
kawaida.
take, see unafaa ulipe Fuliza after some time. If you take a lot of time, kuna venye wanakata na interest.
Yeah, I think if you kick, it's like a loan.
Eh,
If you
it's a
don't
loan.
pay on
Oh,
time,
time.
the interest starts
It-
rising.
Inapanda. Juu
Yeah.
yangu ilipanda, I think, because me they used to give me 300.
Oh.
I think ilipanda paka
Okay.
7 so.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
it
so
increases.
it
As long as
increases.
you're always using
Then
it.
after
Okay.
that, I went and paid some other stuff, and then withdrew another
Again?
amount from Mshwari.
Yeah.
I had an outstanding Fuliza of 267,
Okay.
267, and that's exactly what they deducted. 267.74 cents. That's exactly what they deducted. Yeah. So I think it depends ukikaa sana, ukikawia sana
Right.
like
Without
without
paying.
paying. That's when the interest starts rising, and then you have to pay for it. But I feel like I don't know if that is really nice. That is
Why?
because wanasema
A lot of people depend on it.
yeah, hata
Oh my
Yesu
gosh.
hawezi kaa ndani yako na hiyo tamaa uko nayo. I don't think that is not tamaa. What do you mean tamaa? I don't understand how that is greediness.
What I know, it comes through for a lot of people. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yes,
it does.
it
For me, it
does.
does. Oh my
Yeah.
god. It does. It does. Like I always count it as part of. It's crazy because
Your
I've also,
money?
I've had a lot of people saying that too.
Yeah.
They count it as part of their money. Like it's yours.
Yes.
As much as it's a loan,
But
you're supposed
you
to
always
pay
can
and
access
somehow
it,
you can
yeah.
access it anytime, any day when you're especially like down.
Yeah.
So. And I love the way sometimes, like for me, mine it increasing in 100
Okay.
out of nowhere. It's the way I love the way they update you out of nowhere. Your Fuliza limit is increasing by this. Like, so I hope they can. There are people who actually like have a Fuliza limit of 10,000.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Imagine that is so
I've heard that.
crazy.
And it depends on how you
Your
save.
M-Pesa
I don't.
itself.
Oh, how much you save?
Yeah, how much you save, because also like
Not transaction codes.
no,
We've
your
had people
M-Pesa,
like.
like how much
Your
it moves.
M-Pesa.
Okay.
Inakuja inatoka aje.
But
Yeah.
money, you do transaction
Yeah, I
every
do
now and then. Like
transaction.
if you look at literally, I'm certain if you ask
Me
for a
how
mini
many block?
statement, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you ask for a mini statement, let's say, for a monthly mini statement of how much you actually spend
Yeah.
a month,
Yeah.
unafaa, you should be having a really sensible
Good,
how
yeah.
much you receive,
Yeah,
how much you spend.
Because
It should be making sense of you having a certain Fuliza limit.
Because
I
mimi
agree.
nini nakumbuka hii ingine nitwaje hustler fund.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it came watu wakapewa 6 so maximum.
Yeah. Oh.
Nilipewa 5,000.
For real?
Na sikalipa unless wakujie kulipa. So ina depend, and I think it was because we are paid with and otherwise tunatumianga so
Right.
but I think it's the money that comes and
Comes in and-
comes mostly
and
the
the
one that
fact that-
comes
Yes.
every week or 2 weeks. They'll be like, oh, you have cash flow.
And the one you send.
And the one you
also.
also send literally because you're also paying bills.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
they don't
So
know
it's-
about it.
that-
Because my friends were like, eh, sujaribu. Niliona hata sikuwa mimi.
I know.
Mimi nilijiuliza hadi kwa sababu, ha, Ruth, are you sure? And it was not for anything good.
Yeah.
You know what it is
Of
for?
course.
It's
Come
always
on.
for the same thing.
When your friends
Kila
are telling you to
mtu.
try something, it's
I feel
always
like
something.
everybody I've sat with nimewauliza ulifanya nini nini yako? It's the same thing.
Wallahi.
Hakuna mtasikia
Ati
alijisaidia
it's
nayo because
business
ilikuwa
or something,
600. Most of the people
Right.
because the way Fuliza
Yeah.
starts from 300
Yeah.
now yao ilianza na 6 so same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody have asked ulifanya nini the first one na walipangi.
Do you think that was making bigger money?
Yeah?
He was giving out.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like,
cleaning.
of course it is.
Yeah.
It's cleaning and laundry.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Literally.
We're the one cleaning.
Right?
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
cleaning.
We're the one
Everyone
cleaning.
is a criminal.
I know.
Telling you.
It's crazy. This
Even
government will use
indirectly.
you.
Indirectly.
I know.
The government will use you for their own benefit.
And you're
But
not
let's listen
right.
to Pastor Nganga what he had to say. But I
Okay.
feel like for me, this is not something that should be shameful. Just the same way alisema juzi, wewe kukaa hapo ukiomba Mungu. Mi kama naweza tumia ifuli zangu niende nibuy nyanya and all that without asking you for funds. Why
Yeah.
should that be
A
now
problem.
niko na tamaa,
Yeah.
you know? So I feel like also sometimes he needs to be careful with how he's
Content
advising
creator.
people.
It's so
You know, I feel like it's
true.
advice because he has really a big, large number of influence here.
Facts.
As much as you take him for mediocrity, he's full of fun and all that. Also, when your words have a,
Matter.
you know, people are following up your words, what you keep on saying.
But Joby, you guys, if you understood,
Yeah.
it's showbiz. Because I'm trying to understand it from a perspective. He's known his niche,
Yeah.
right? He has a TV.
Yeah.
Unaona vitu hizi
He
ndio
knows
zina
Kenyans
trend.
love him.
And he
for
knows,
this
he has
kind of
understood
foolish
his
stuff.
niche. So at the end of the day, and the person, because I don't believe this is the whole chapter or this is the whole sermon, the person
Of
who
course.
just gets that short clip, unaweza pata hata kuna mtu tu ameweka
Yeah.
anatuangea short clip na anafanya iendange viral, anatumia
Yeah.
watu might be people from in, so he knows what he's doing sometimes. You're
Of
like,
course, he has a TV, he
sometimes
has
you
camera
like,
people.
so I'm like this guy, no, and then mtu atakuwa asema bwesha nione hii sermon.
Like,
People
which
don't-
TV is this?
Eh,
Not everybody's gonna flock on this.
Exactly. So it's actually like
Yes.
business in a certain point of view. That's why I'm like, you just say sometimes anything, or you would say it, but the person who actually removes that part peke, he knows and he understands that Kenyans like this. Kenyans will listen to this.
That is so
Yeah.
true.
So that's what will trend. Yeah.
ya hiyo tamaa uko nayo atakaje? Maana unataka kula nyama ya kuchoma na una hata king'otole unapuliza.
Wow, you guys,
is that?
that is making sense now. Amesema you want to eat nyama ya kuchoma
Yeah.
na una hata pesa.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
I'm just from the supermarket,
I
right?
saw that.
Yeah.
I'm from getting some few shopping.
Yeah.
Imagine this guy ameingia super
Yeah.
confidently, ako
Okay.
na bag. Najua amekuja kutuambia aje, mnaweza nichukulia unga mbili za ugali yake.
Stop.
Sina kitu ya kukula.
No, umeingia
It's
kwa sofa.
exactly, that was the first question. Like, is the confidence for me kuingia
You wanna-
supermarket?
Is he all
cleaned
begging?
up?
No, it's an old guy. I'd say literally someone the age. Nimemwangalia, this is the age of my dad. Because
Okay.
nimemwangalia hadi niko like, bravo, this is like the age of my dad.
Yeah.
He's not like dirty. He's
Yeah,
someone
like
like
he's okay.
same to an struggle, but say to an struggle.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's the confidence of you getting in the supermarket, coming to tell
With a
someone.
carrier bag.
Exactly.
Yaani unajua hiyo ni busy au mse. It's biashara kwa sababu najua utapata mtu mwenyewe atambaia.
Ameongelesha talk slow. Unaweza nipa yake unga ugali sana.
Bro, unabaia nini?
Sina kitu, watoto wangu wana chakula.
Wewe kwani wewe umekuja hapo ndio uko na chakula? Uko na mguu mbili mzae tafuta kazi.
Sisi nimebeba tikanini katrol ama kanini. Nimebeba hadi mimi mwenyewe
Utambaia.
unazai. The heck
Utambaia.
is the confidence?
Hadi
for you?
anajua tu ni busy hadi asha calculate anajua msa
Yeah.
uko na hadi carrier bag you know it
It's
works.
the space you
So
want on
ataenda Quickmart leo, kesho ende Naivas,
Carrefour.
kesho kutu ende Carrefour,
Imagine.
aende but hata si maybe
Ni busy
Waronga.
yake.
Yeah.
Maybe si Waronga. Aende next time aende Lang'ata.
Utapata
Aende
mtu ako na
sijui wapi.
shopping kwake ama hii ni
The heck?
biashara.
Ama nauza.
Ama anauzia
And
watu.
then you know they come with this
Nani
perspective
anaelewa?
of I'm old, I'm like
yeah.
the age of your father, utanipigia
Exactly.
bro.
Right.
Uko na mguu mbili. hadi guka zetu wanaenda kuchoma makaa
Of course.
wauze.
Yes,
Ndio nani?
yes.
Siwezi.
Na mahindi wanachemsha hadi mahindi,
Imagine.
wanachoma mahindi,
Wanashona
Jioni,
viatu.
Yeah.
wanachoma literally.
The heck are you telling me mimi nafaa uko kwa soup? Unajua di supa. Janja wa
It's
Nairobi
crazy,
ba.
bruv. And then it's the face. Trust me, I feel like mtu kaa anje kupata iwaton maybe.
Real.
It's the
Ungempea.
face.
Why me?
It's the
Labda
face.
ungempea.
Like,
Hey, watu lakini
aki
pesa
mimi-
impea
aki
pesa
nimekaa,
hizo
mimi nimekaa nikamwangalia. For a minute nimemsikia mpaka nikamsikia
Not
kauliza.
today.
Nimuuliza
I'm
tu
so
hata
sorry.
nisema nini?
No, I went today.
Mtoto wangu ana chakula.
Bro, umekuja kuomba
Na
pesa
kuna
kwa
carrier
simba.
bag.
And then he's in the store.
And then he knows
Yeah.
very well that people who are in the store have money.
Yeah.
They've come to shop.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So for him, that's business.
Oh my
And you should never
goodness.
feel
That's not
Unataka
nice.
kula nyama choma na hata una kilo.
Yesu akae ndani yako, mkule nyama yako ya pulisa. Yesu gani huyo?
Puliza.
Yesu akae hapo upulizane tu, akule nyama ya kupuliza.
Oh.
Alikuacha kitabu. Hata Yesu hawezi kaa ndani. Mimi nilikuwa nanunua mutura na sukuma na pasua hiyo mutura naweka. Ati utapuliza ndio ukule nyama. Napika jioni, napika sima nyingi jioni. Hiyo sima ndio asubuhi nitakula saa 11. Sikuwa mlafi mimi. Lunch sijui nikusema nilikula asubuhi. Niko na pesa, natoka Mombasa na miguu, angalia mpaka Jomvu. Na niko na pesa. Saa hizo ilikuwa 300 ni pesa. Hiyo airtime ni ya mkopo. Simu hii uko na we mtu mkigu mno. Hii simu ni Ibrahimu amekaa miaka mingapi bila kupata mtoto? Huyo Yesu anakaa ndani yako na uwezi vumilia, we hujaokoka. Ate unapuliza tu kutoka hapa kuja hapa, unapuliza ndio ukuja na pikipiki hapa. Na
Mimi nitapuliza.
I feel like it's trying to tell people
Perseverance and patience.
persevere,
in life.
and also I
Yeah.
feel what I get is like live by your standard.
Yeah, I get
Unajua,
that. Yeah.
una do vizuri, unajua tu
Uh-huh.
cheki budget yangu, unajua leo sana najua.
It's so
For
true.
example, let me use a normal budget.
Okay.
Maybe per week you're supposed to be using like maybe 1,000 or 2,000.
transport, maybe.
You know, transport and food.
Okay.
Maybe just say 2,000 or 3,000, depending on how you, or even 10, depending on that, right? But you want to live as if unaishi budget ya 100k. Unajua, unaenda tu unakopa
Yeah.
to put a fake standard.
Yeah.
Unajua, for example, if I know mimi sina fare ya kurudi
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
na kanyaga mdogo mdogo mpaka
Of
kwangu.
course, yeah.
Unajua,
Yeah.
sitaenda eti nikwambie Jobi nisaidie na Ruabe nipande, na najua tu vizuri next time nikipata salary it's gonna be hard. Unajua, so it's living by your standard.
It's
Don't
true.
eti unataka kula nyama choma ndio ufulize. Mbona ufulize nyama choma?
Oh,
Si must.
right.
You can
Yeah.
eat mayai with your budget. You can eat rice
Or
if
sardines.
you have, or anything that actually sijui mbona unataka kufekisha standard. Unajua vizuri ni hapa mpaka pale.
can
Enyewe
literally
tu.
walk.
Unajua when you're fuliza and you know your fuliza is part of your budget,
Yeah,
it's okay.
thank you.
But if you know you're fulizing for a fake thing, you prove a lifestyle.
But
It's just so
people do
bad.
that.
People don't know how to persevere the hardest. Kitu tu kidogo mtu analia.
Facts.
Hey, nimepitia bro, unajua shida umeika na watu chini ukasikia mtoto anapitia. Ndio utakaa chini utasema I'm not depressed. I'm broke. Go get the bag. Unajua, so let people have to learn, live by your budget. And please kuteseka kidogo hadi si kuteseka. Unaona kenye mimi nasema nateseka, ukiambia mtu mwingine atakuangalia hivi kama chizi.
That's
Exactly.
so
So people
bitter.
live by your standards, live by your budget. Stop faking a lot of stuff. And then you want to cry alafu nasema
It's
si
so
Mungu
true.
afanye nini. Ni
But
wewe ndio uko na
falling
shida.
with time. For me,
Yeah.
I'm getting just perseverance and being patient with yourself. Although there's so much pressure, I always talk about you have your own journey, you have your own unique timing for everything. And understanding that your whole process is molding you to be something that God has actually ordained for you to be. So you're going through it to learn that when you reach that, you have that wisdom and mentality. But the pressures of life, you talked about people actually borrowing to buy phones. For what, honestly? There's so much affordable phones. The main thing is conversation. If you can get a screen, they even some for 2,000, 3,000. But you only get an iPhone 16 because everybody has an iPhone 16, and you have to borrow money, loans because of a phone just to fit in. You don't
I
have
know.
to fit in literally.
Because
You
everybody
don't-
has an iPhone,
You
you
want-
have to have.
Thank
And yet
you.
you know you're a Samsung or you're maybe a Redmi.
Yes.
Stay in your lane.
Please,
Stay in your
it's
lane.
never that serious, honestly. And also, the people you see living some type of lifestyle, the things they do, I don't think you want to do them, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but yeah, I hope you've learned something from that. But mi nitakuuliza manze.
But utakuuliza kama unajua ni budget
Mimi ni
yako.
part of
Si
my
ati
budget. That's why I say, 'cause it's
kukuuliza,
part of my budget.
si kukuuliza to feed and
Yeah.
to
please
you.
It's part of my
Yeah.
budget. Like
Yeah.
mimi najuanga hii nimecount. Hii hadi nikifika ile nimefika mwisho najua kesho nitapata ya kurudisha.
Yeah.
Ama like I know how to survive after that,
Facts.
literally. So for me, I always count it as part of my budget. And I hope Safaricom can raise higher than that. But also, I always feel like also it's nice if it's not really raised, because kulipa sometimes inaweza kuwa to an issue. Now you're gonna leave maybe, let's say if you're not, let's say kama ni 1,000 bob.
Yeah.
Now maybe maybe unalipwa till end of mwezi ndo upate maybe
right.
utapata hapa
Yeah.
kwa hii bracket. Literally you're living under Fuliza. You're living
Yes.
under Fuliza
It's
completely.
true. That's a
Like
fact.
that is now a terrible thing. I feel like that is the most dangerous space
Yeah.
of you being living. Like you're living under a loan,
Yeah.
not your own finances.
financial means,
Like
yeah.
600 1K, kuna wenye wanaweza lipa 1K, kuna
Of
wenye
course.
wawezi,
That's a fact.
kuna wenye hata punch ni issue,
an issue, right.
wataishi maybe kwa hiyo bracket ya kulipa tu so
Yeah.
300 punch ikiwezekana bado yote pia itaenda, you know. So I hope they can increase but also have the ability to pay, you know. I hope you're gonna have the ability to pay. Mshangao wenye unakuangana
Man, wengine wanatupa hadi line.
I know, just be patient with yourself,
Unatupa line juzi lipa
honestly.
3 so.
Imagine.
When do buy ingine ya 50?
I know, then they start the same
I
process
know,
again.
exactly. It's crazy.
But sasa see if you keep on like nini, see what
They're gonna
block like
block
you
you,
said.
yeah.
So what block like if you change the lines,
Yeah.
the lines, then
Five
kuja like what
times.
And now
realize.
the lines of Safaricom, I think, is it 5 or 4 times?
I don't know,
I think,
iko na
yeah.
limit.
I think it's 5 because me siwezi pewa anymore with my ID. So if I lose, this is my last Safaricom number. So,
Yeah.
because
I
I've
think
had
hata
5
mimi.
before.
I
Okay.
think hadi mimi.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my third one ama ilikuwa ku replace. Nilikuwa na replace sana hadi nikaambiwa ni change sasa.
Mimi niliambiwa siwezi get enough. This is my last one.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I was showing internet, you at all. Walikuwa nasema mamangu nimemjua na line moja.
All right, yeah.
Tangu nizaliwe.
Wallahi.
For
My
real.
dad, no my dad, my uncle, one of my
Yeah.
uncles, yeah.
I swear mimi tangu nijue simu my mom's number because I remember I was even in boarding, so I was in boarding in class. Mimi wamda nienda boarding class 3. I started boarding in class 3, class 4. From class 3 mpaka high school. Literally, I think at the age of maybe 11. It's the same number. Because nilikuwa nimekram Nicola Kacha Nicole home. Same number hadi wa leo.
Yeah.
25 years later, 26 years later,
Same
same
number.
number, literally.
Nice.
Crazy.
But as we get to
Also
move on
nice.
to the next conversation, let's share this video here of this guy who's talking about the hardest part of dating when he's 41.
Okay.
At the age of 41.
Oh.
So his explanation actually is kind of crazy, and of course we're gonna hear the thoughts from the lady, and then maybe you guys can give your own thoughts.
What's the hardest part about dating at 41? So I think the hardest part for me, I like women that are younger, typically around 10 years younger than me. Man, I like them tight and right. Like, I don't like to see signs of aging. I know that's so superficial, but that's what I want. And then I want someone who doesn't have it all figured out yet.
So you want a woman who lacks experience so you can show her the world and teach her things.
And let me blow your mind. Let me be associated with like your first everything.
Call me crazy, but nothing that he's describing sounds like he's looking for a 31-year-old. You don't want to see signs of aging. Well, how young are we talking about? You like them tight and right? You like them inexperienced? You want to be their first everything? What first are you describing that a 31-year-old would be experiencing with you? Sounds like you want them a little younger than 31. This is what I mean when I say that some men are predatory when they're looking for much younger women, because they know that you're inexperienced. They want to be able to run circles around you. They don't want to deal with women their own age because most of the time they can't meet those women's standards. They want less experienced women because that's the only kind of women they can impress.
And they can control too, because trust me, if you're 41 and you're saying 10 years younger, that's
not
31.
No.
I'm hata tuseme hata 26 huwezi.
That's
Trust me,
forced.
women in their 26 are really mature. They think like women in 35.
Facts.
Or a woman in her 26, the youngest she can ever date, I feel anaweza submit or anaweza be a woman is 35 literally. Because tell me which woman in her 26 or 27 would
Right
listen
now.
to a 30-year-old man?
It's so
None.
true.
Because women first and foremost mature faster. So I feel like when men say they want younger, they want inexperienced, you're a pedophile.
Facts.
Number one.
Yes, you
Because first and foremost, a woman in a 31 has experience. This is a woman who is ready to settle.
Mature.
This is a woman who is
Yeah.
mature, has passed through everything, and knows what she brings and what she wants.
Yeah.
So when she gets a man who is in a 40, his intimidation and stuff. Because I believe it comes from also insecurity. Because I've also seen men who are 50, they've dated women who are 40.
Yeah.
There are women,
Yeah.
and it's not bad saying it, I want them younger.
No.
But your reasons of younger is the problem. Because most of these men, I have had friends, and I think I've explained, maybe I've given an example. I have a friend who she's 25 right now. She's dating this guy who is like 50, 54, or whatever, double her age, right? And they've been like really serious for all year. And I was just having a conversation with her some weeks back, and I was like, Rada, ule boyfriend yako bado yuko? Because she's even gone to visit his mom. She's lived like amejenga. He's very stable. He's bought even her car, paid her rent.
Yeah.
She's living in Upper Hill. She's living a good life. So I'm like, what's up with your man and stuff like? He's like, there's just a lot of things about this guy that you won't understand. I was like, so what do you guys talk about? What are the challenges? I was interested. Like, what are the challenges? Because he's double your age. He's 54, you're 25. He's like 20. He's like 30 years older than you.
Right.
Literally. So what's up? And then she's like, when it comes to even like arguing or having a conversation, there's a way he would make me feel like I'm his kid.
Yeah.
Like atanigombeza kama mtoto. Like unajua, like me and his kids hatuna age difference kubwa sana. So ananiona as if mimi ni mtoto wake, and I'm supposed to be his woman. His mind just changes at a certain point. There's a way of control figure. Unajua nataka ufanye hivi. Unajua kama venye parent anaweza ambia mtoto wake enda huku na uende. Unajua, that's how it is. So I was like, okay, it sounds crazy because this is something that has to happen at a certain point, you know. So I believe it depends with the type of man you have, if he knows himself, literally, and his intentions of wanting a younger woman. Because most of the time, my friends who are not so young, they're like, not so old, 30, 34, shout out to Kamle, should say, I want them young because they're tight. To the weirdest thing. And that's what I just believe. Because I believe at least useme younger one haja experience a lot of men in their lives, unajua. But if you're telling me you need to control them, or you want them to do this, you want them in experience, then go for, because even kids have broken their virginity at 13, 14.
Facts.
So unless you're talking about 14 years old who is not experienced, you want to teach them. These are the type of men watakuja waseme, I need a virgin. Na yeye amelala na watu ka 100. About 14 years. How do you sleep with women? Almost 80. 80 women. Your how do you say, your body count is 80, and then you're expecting to get a woman who is a virgin. Like, make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's giving
a pedophile. It's a pedophile. It's giving a pedophile, literally, kinda. Someone who at 41, number one, why ain't you even? Okay, it's not like I'm judging. Yeah, why aren't you not even a serious relationship? Why don't you have a woman you're trying to see? You're trying to find women who are younger than you, literally. Right? And like she said, you're not talking about even 31. You're talking about literally
19,
younger,
17,
younger. At 41, why don't you have someone in your life? At least try make us understand what has failed in your previous relationship.
Exactly.
What was wrong with these women? Maybe there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you, because this is just so crazy. And that's when it literally goes back to the video we were talking about. Men want to see themselves, the video I was sharing the other time. Men want to see women at 35, or you're old, you're expired, But you think at 35, you're young, fine and looking, and just because maybe you started getting your shit together.
Yeah.
Number one, we shared the video to saying most of the men, their sperm start declining at the age of 30. We should agree, yes, it could be contributed majority of the times with what you're eating, what you're drinking. Yeah, that is so true. But it's also the idea of men thinking that the older you stay, you're
still gonna have kids.
Like utabaki tu kwa utazeeka bado. Like hata hao tu kwa bado nafika mali bado so zinaanza kushrink. Let me tell you, the wrinkles zinaanza kupop. The white hair inakuwa tu ni white hair, beards kitu kawaida tu, like you're an old grandpa. So I feel like men need to stop convincing themselves that the more I'm aging, the finer I'm looking.
It
So
depends
even
on
if
how
I
you
keep
work
on,
on
if I
yourself.
keep on messing with multiple women, I'm still gonna be looking fine. Because I feel like that's the
a
mentality.
But also it's a mentality of men like him.
Mhm.
He's giving a man who is so insecure, and also a man who's actually maybe in his past relationship. I feel like the women he's met have always maybe been on the upper hand.
Yeah.
A woman who knows
So he's
herself.
intimidated.
A woman who
He's
actually understands what
intimidated.
she
He's been
needs.
intimidated.
Intimidation, literally. Maybe he's not been on that level where a woman is super successful.
Or
So-
too high value for him.
Right? Yeah. So what he needs is a woman who can make him feel like,
Like a
he's
man.
a man.
Yeah.
But you're a man already.
Exactly.
Honestly, right? So he needs to have that ego with him. He's gonna look for a woman who doesn't have anything going on for herself, who's still trying to figure out life, because this woman is gonna be so excited about this man who has things going on for themselves, and he's gonna pay for whatever place you want to go because it excites this woman. And you know, mostly for men, the thing which makes them actually have this ego about being a man is the fact that a woman respects them.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing in a man. It's not even love, it's respect.
Yeah.
Maybe it's actually his fault because right now I believe high value women, the one partnership, because a marriage is a partnership. I know myself, I'm so full on my identity. You are, but I think he's so high on controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course also maybe comes from a perspective of he has dated women who are not, I don't want to say this, but his caliber.
Yeah.
And most of the time he
Yes.
feels intimidated by them. So he needs a woman to make him feel. And what is actually not making sense is I've seen even women who have dated younger men and they've let their men to be masculine
Right.
at a certain point.
Yeah.
So do you want to say that those women who have had like, or the man is a year older, or two,
Yeah.
no, the woman is a year
Even
older,
2, 3.
or even 3 years older,
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Those relationship and marriages have worked before.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's all about age. It's
Yeah.
about you
It's about
as
you.
a man, you personally.
Yeah.
Because wengine hata wameshindana na 1 year,
Yeah.
but you can feel like this man is masculine,
Yeah.
literally.
True.
So it depends on you as a person. Masculinity is not by age.
No.
Because there are men who are in their
Behavior.
40s
Yes.
and they're not masculine for days.
right?
Men in their 30s, they're not.
Yeah.
They're men in their 20s. You're like,
So
how are you a
masculine.
man like
Yeah.
that? You know. So it depends on you as a man. Who are you? I feel like it goes back to not
you're raised.
identifying who you are as a man and what you bring to. You don't have a commanding effect. You don't have a masculine effect to actually put your woman
leadership
a
effect.
leadership effect to actually put your woman in a space where she has to be feminine around you. Most of the time, you've been the feminine one in the relationship.
Facts.
Literally.
Yeah.
Dominated.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's
So now you wanna dominate.
Exactly.
You wanna,
And-
you wanna know how it feels to dominate now.
Exactly. And the
Come
only
on.
thing you have is actually, or the only people you can dominate, because me have
Yeah.
ever been with men who are like, nitakupeleka, unaangalianga niko like, bro,
Unanipeleka.
mimi unajua naweza enda hapo.
Right.
Mimi niko na kazi, I can travel today nikwambie cheki niko
Pisses me
Zanzibar.
off. It really
Right.
pisses. I
Niko
hate
niko
that.
Congo, what's up?
I hate
Unajua
that.
then ananiambia alafu unakuangalia hivyo niko like, because hadi mimi si wajaji nakwanga niambia cheki ni sawa asanti, but I feel like dem unaweza mwambia hivyo ako form 4 ama first year ama campus. Go for women in your
Yeah, block
class
such.
because you can never
the
get it.
conversation is about what they have.
What they
Exactly.
have,
I
what they can
block
do.
such. Oh, I block
And they
it.
don't know who you
Who
are.
the heck are you?
It's like,
I block
okay,
you. Bye.
that doesn't really matter. Can we talk about your personality?
Exactly.
Yes.
So
Crazy.
it's crazy. But as we get literally closer to winding up our second last conversation, before we get to share why you should be grateful, I want us to talk about, of course, Butere girls. And I just want to share quick and fast the Dr. Mombi's video, and now the also allegations that are being directed to the director of this particular play, that is Malala, because apparently when I was looking at some of the videos, Jana, this is actually history repeating itself. This took place in 2013, where there was a play also, of course, criticizing the government and how they are, you know, while they took over the country, when the economy ilikuwa, and I believe that's the same play probably, just literally criticizing the government. Let me just say it's critics to the government and questions to the government. You said you're gonna do this, why aren't you? You know, and it's amazing to see that literally we're talking about students who in the next few years they're gonna be citizens of this country. So these are people you're gonna actually, either if they're not gonna be participants of voting or voters, they'll still literally demand accountability of the leaders. And I love to see it from school, because we didn't have that. I was saying, if we had people like Matiang'i literally vying for presidential seat, it's gonna be one among the most hated
But he said he's vying,
candidate. Yeah, he said he will. I remember that. So I was telling a friend literally, if he was to vie for, or if he's going to vie for presidential seat, atapata. Because during our time, which ni sisi, we sisi ndo voters side. During our time, this guy didn't make our lifestyle easy. If you are during Matiang'i's time, Matiang'i was literally brutal. It came to exams. Nakumbuka tu kuna restrictions zilikuja tu za exams. Exams tu zilishift tu kiplani. There's some rules zikakuja sijui as also funkies. Tulibaniwa hadi kwenda funkies. We were never going to funkies and a whole lot of things. So he didn't make lives of actually us easy when it came to education. As much as actually I'd say during his time, some schools did improve, in performance, but still, when you look at also he has been involved a little bit in corruption kidogo kwa gava. So I don't feel like actually he fits. So I just love to see that the fact right now, whoever the Minister of Education is, kudos, doing amazing for allowing this kind of things to actually happen. And I love, I'd say kudos.
In what way?
The Ministry of Education currently could have gotten rid of set books, exactly, because set books, if you look at set books, have been the eye-opening of majority of our politics actually is run in our countries. So the current regime, which we know we've seen has been reshuffling a whole lot of cabinets, ministers in different sectors. He had the opportunity to change our we were hata kama ali change, still I believe amekuwa na the ability to maintain what was introduced, not to be changed. I don't know if you're getting me. Because
I beg to disagree.
Be the Ministry of Education, I can command staki set books zikwe anymore kwa shule. Kwa sababu they are promoting critics to the government. And then regarding the 2024 demonstration, watu wengi unakumbuka walikuwa wasema actually our toi ama the Gen Zs are so woke because of everything tumesoma shule. Mr. Kimea, sijui the what. Everything is in the books. This is because of also Kibaki's education. So
but I believe, Joby, the reason why I beg to disagree, maybe, because this is first and foremost, this is not a set book. This is the drama festival. So this is a play that is being acted. Set books have been there for the longest time, even before this regime. Set books were there. Mimi nilisoma, I think during my time they've gotten a shift from Kifo Kisimani to now Mstaikimea, literally. And we also had Betrayal in the City. We had An Enemy of the People. And all of them were politically oriented. The people behind me studied An Enemy of the People. And the people even behind them, and set books takes like 7 years. So we would katikati yetu Mstaikimea mpaka time itakuwa mpaka nakumbuka kulikuwa na Coco. When Coco came, that is when I was just leaving high school, literally.
Coco, I read Coco.
You remember Coco?
I read Coco.
So I feel like this Ministry of Education is the one that is the worst, because it has come for the set books, it has come for the drama festivals. This has always been there. Why didn't we hear Kifo Kisimani? Kifo Kisimani, if you read, it brought a lot of dictatorship.
Just to pause as you continue, I feel like as you continue, I feel like it's the confidence coming from the people, the approachees, the approachers of the book, because
it is the consumer, but it has nothing.
The approach, which is the consumer. Exactly.
It is the students who have brought a change, but it has nothing to do with the ministry, because trust me, I feel like the Ministry of Education is at war with the writers, and that's a problem, because let me tell you, people, shout out to Ngugi wa Thiong'o, right? These are the people that we didn't give their flowers. Tulikuwa tunasoma tu, if you studied set books, right? Tulikuwa tunazisoma just because of exams. Trust me, haingekuwa inasetiwa, hainge mean a lot, but you understand from a writer's perspective, this is somebody who is trying to tell you how regimes work, how the government work. We don't give so much flowers to these people. These people are Pan-Africanists. Trust me. You see, we don't give them because they're like, oh, writers. But tell any Pan-Africanist, they will name for you writers. They will name for you Ngugi wa Thiong'o, who actually wrote. They'll name for you Shakespeare, because he did this and this and that. So at the end of the day, I feel like the writers are Pan-Africanists, and they've not been given their flowers so much. Till the consumer right now, the students have started acting on that, and they've seen hey, this actually makes a lot of sense. And now when Echoes of War has come out, which is not even a set book number 1, people are trying to actually question it and compare it with the set books you've read before, which brings a lot of comparison when you look at An Enemy of the People, where it says how the people in leadership were an enemy, they're not the real. And when you understand set books like An Enemy of the People, basically na explain what is happening right now. You know, ule mse mwenye watu wakienda during politics, right? You can tell this is the president that people want.
Yeah.
But this is the one that has been chosen.
Yeah.
Because of how they behave.
Yeah.
So An Enemy of the People literally is in a leadership, but is literally an enemy of the people who he leads. You know, because every time you look at your president, you're like questioning, are you really the person who was supposed to be here? The things you're doing, you're literally an enemy of the people, but you're pleasing other people. When you look at Kifo Kisimani, it talks about dictatorship and stuff like that. So I definitely believe me seeing even right now the government coming for set books, the government coming for skits that have been performed. I feel like it's not good. It's not kudos. I feel like they are the enemy. They're not supposed to be applauded. Because skia Ministry of Health, tulikuwa nao wenye walikufa. God forbid. We had a Minister of Education that died. Was it Mutula Kilonzo? Was it Kilonzo?
Yeah, Mutula
my dress, my choice.
That was
Why didn't she come for set books?
Right.
And Kifo Kisimani was playing at that time.
Mutula
Why?
Kilonzo was killed, right?
Yeah. He died. But let's say even the most strict one, that was the one you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Right? Why didn't he come for set books? He didn't. But why do we have right now this government coming for students? And tell me, this is education. These are kids, Joby, who are 14, 15, gunless. They don't have energy. They don't even have, they're girls. 15 girls with 50 policemen. Don't you tell me that directive was not given by the girls. So you can't tell me, Joby, and I dare to disagree, that we can give kudos to the Ministry of Health, Education. Exactly, they are the enemy. Exactly.
I understand right now. So F the Ministry of Education.
Exactly.
Of course, because they will have even come forth to stand with their children.
Exactly.
With the school.
Like they wouldn't even have gone for them.
This is not something that is supported or he supports, but we've not seen, of course, him making any statement. But we have Dr. Mombi, of course, who's explaining the question you just questioned. Why is this current regime attacking students? So shout out to
this is for entertainment purposes only, family. Just when you think there's no more happening with the revolution. Shout out to Butere Girls and their play Echoes of War, which has received so much backlash. It actually all started with Evangelist for State House Rachel, when she had sent, I don't know, a message, because that's her school, by the way, when she had sent a message to the headmaster, I don't know what, saying, you know, they cannot perform this play at the Nationals, what. Kumbe, us guys didn't know how deep this thing is. Yesterday, over 50 police officers allegedly were sent to Nakuru to try and stop Cleophas Malala, who was like the director of the play. The Butere Girls arrived this morning. They were supposed to perform, I think, at like 6 a.m. They went onto stage, they sang the national anthem, and then they refused to do their play if their director, Cleophas, was not there. And the whole thing about this is it's talking about Nabi, the corruption around Nabi. What a terrible leader he is at the high school level. And now Butere Girls have been made famous. Apparently they've already left the premises. Tear gas was being poured. I said, everyone is even calling this now the Kenya's Sarafina moment. Who is advising these guys? Why is the president so sensitive?
Exactly, that's the good question. Why is the president, because these orders are coming from the top above, why is the president so sensitive?
Also,
Why you know?
I feel like, I'm just thinking here, I'm like, this Cleophas Malala is the script writer, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of people being scraped up from the government, right? Maybe if you know something about the government or the president. We also have is it Muturi, who's actually been exposing a lot. I'm just thinking, what if maybe the script writer? What if he had an ally who was affiliated with the president and actually gave out the story of this play, and actually this script writer, Cleophas Malala, to like script it out and actually perform it as a play for the Butere Girls to perform it. Because why this one exactly?
I feel like, just to
also,
answer your
because
question,
I'm just thinking also maybe there's someone actually who is an ally or basically who knows a lot about the the government and the president, and actually was affiliated by Cleophas Malala, and actually they came up with this play, and I believe to expose a lot of things about the government and the president, because also the wife of the president had to come in to Butere Girls.
And she's
why
an alumni.
now?
Yeah.
Like, why not do this a year ago?
Yeah.
Go to Butere Girls, talk about creative arts. Why has she had to come in right now after this? I feel like this play has a lot to reveal with a lot of things in the government and also by the president.
Just to answer you on that question, Cleophas Malala is involved directly. He doesn't have, I don't feel like he has an affiliation. I feel like
Also he might have.
Yes, he is. He is affiliated. He doesn't have like an intermediary. What I see is he's the former UDA Secretary General.
Oh,
Former.
Malala.
Yeah, he's the former Secretary General of UDA. The government is UDA.
So he knows a
So
lot.
he knows a lot.
And also a lot of people might be around
Exactly.
this play, honestly, because I feel like a lot of people know, if you're in the UDA, you know a lot about Ruto, because if you're in a team
Exactly.
or in a party, like Ruto was actually fired.
Yeah.
And he's exposing a lot right now about
Exactly.
Russia and the collaborator of the government of Kenya. I think a lot of people know a lot about this, and maybe some who are not in the scene right now, maybe they came together and they're like, I think we should definitely do this.
Exactly.
Who
I definitely do agree. What I actually think might be, because this guy is the Secretary General. Unaona, like for example the ODM, right? The Secretary General of ODM is Sifuna, if I'm not wrong, is the former, right? Hundio msemwenye, they choose like a leader, they choose like the chairman. After choosing the chairman, they choose the deputy chairman, right? And then they choose the Secretary General. He's the third most important person in the party. So he is involved because he knows every dot around UDA, what has been going on, and is the former. So he worked with the president before. He knows all the dirt that goes around, who was involved, who did this, and you know how the government works right now. If you're not going by their rule, why is he the former? He was demoted, right?
Yeah.
And him being demoted, he knows a lot of dirt of what was going on. And he has come out to actually claim the dirt in a very poetic and creative way. And him just exposing, I don't think is just to agree with that one, he's just exposing the president himself. He's just exposing the government. He has exposed a lot of people who work with the government in a very creative way. So if you're involved, you'll be like, hey, humsi amesema sana, ameroroa sana. So, enda tumnyamazi. I feel like that is what is happening, like probably because he is directly involved. He was part of UDA.
Yeah.
It's like, let's give an example. Gachagua, venye Gachagua tu anafanya saizi. Una venye Gachagua na expose kila kitu about UDA. Because he knows all the dirt that was being done. He was part of UDA. So when Gachagua goes and talk, let's say Gachagua kama angekuwa na maybe confidence ya kuongea venye anaongea, maybe goes and writes a poem or a book about it, they will come for him and his book and the people who are actually, I feel like that is what is happening. He's really, really involved directly. He has exposed not only one party, but maybe a lot of people, because even Echoes of Voice, if you go search it, it's not been placed on any social media. The only thing that has been there is the summary of people who have actually read it. And why do we have, ask yourself, the wife of the first lady going to actually call Butere Girls on this? She was the only person that was legit, because nika president anambia hiyo ni shule yako, nenda waongeleshe washani down, maybe watakusikia. But Butere Girls has been very active, not from day one, in drama festivals. If you've been involved, they've been reaching drama festivals, how is it called, the national levels. And right now they're even claiming Malala is not even their director. How is he not their director and he's the one that wrote and directed the whole thing? So there's just a lot, and if you want to know, this is so deep, they even had a summit today, can you imagine, to discuss all that about Butere Girls. It's beyond just the students. This is deep.
This is about the country.
Exactly, it is deeper than that. It's just the students are victims. They're very innocent.
Exactly.
Literally, and it is sad seeing you pointing 50 guns on students who are girls at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17. Kids. So sad.
It's crazy. Political Pandit had a conference today in regards to why they are not allowing this what do you call it? This book or play to be performed. They're actually talking since 8 in the morning. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, he told me they are
Yeah,
going to
imagine.
Serena to talk about this. Like,
Imagine.
because the people he's with right now, they're of the opposition, literally. So they're actually trying to work it out, like why it should definitely go on. Because I believe a lot of people are gonna be exposed in that play, and also the government doesn't want that, obviously. And also I believe the deputy president, he's just been giving us bits and pieces. He hasn't
Exactly.
given us everything.
Fully,
Because
yeah.
people have been shut down. But I feel like this one is exposing even different people
Different,
who've
exactly.
been working with the president.
agree.
Yeah.
This is deeper than we thought, but as we literally get to close up, we have, of course, them saying that Malala was arrested after being found inside the girls' dormitories at 9 p.m.
Hey,
So
God.
now they're trying to even sexually pin him
I know.
with accusations
You
now.
could do
'cause
better,
This
guys.
is now a sexual assault accusation.
Do better.
Wherever it is heading.
Sisi hatuna vita na watoto, hatuna pingamizi na watoto na wanafunzi wote kote nchini, maana wao wanaonyesha talanta yao. Ndio maana tamthilia ile hatukuipinga, imefika kile kiwango, lakini vile vile tuko na jukumu. Huyu anayefanya uchochezi kutumia watoto, huyo tuko na issue na yeye. Na si mwingine niliandika tamthilia ile, maana kwa mfano sawa, amesema alikuwa ameenda kufanya rehearsals. Kisheria una access shule kuanzia saa 2 mpaka saa ngapi? Mpaka saa 10 usiku, saa 10 jioni. Saa 3 usiku unafanya nini katika shule ambao ni watoto wa kike wamekuwa hapo bila fursa?
You know why I want to say it's lies?
Of course.
Because first and foremost, me I was in drama festivals. Tulikuwa tunaanza kupractice games time, sindio? Sometimes shule ilikuwa inatuacha kama festivals ziko karibu, tunafanya extension. Watu wakiwa wanasoma preps, si tuko practice na
Exactly,
directors,
that's true.
and then directors will go back home
Yeah.
at the right time.
Yeah.
So this is a pin, because trust me, there is always extension.
Exactly.
There is always extension, because mostly kifika time yenye drama festivals maybe ni a week or 2 weeks, or even like let's say a few days,
Yeah.
unapata madirectors wenu wanakanania hadi saa 7 usiku. So it's lies.
It's just a front to paint him black.
Literally,
Yes.
this is so crazy. But as we literally wind
Sisi-
up on the last video, shout out to the Butere girls for, of course, due to their echoes, we were able to, hear all this. This went viral. Shout out to the journalists who, of course, tried to cover up as much as they could, showing us also the corruption that is in this country and the lack of freedom of justice. Even you as a journalist, you can't practice your own rights. You're gonna be tear gassed.
Yes.
Kuna mwenye ni tear gas wadi haga bana kuhusi sahi. Stop playing, man. It's crazy. And also shout out to journalists also for always moving out there fearlessly. Shout out to us, It takes a whole lot of talent to be this
Yes,
confident
and
talking
confident.
about
Yeah,
also
exactly.
our
Some
regime.
things.
We walk fearful, but
We stand by the
Fearless.
truth.
yeah, we stand by the
Always.
truth, literally. But on the last conversation is this lady. This is, I think, from Zambia. Not sure. I think she's talking like, South African. Not sure Zambia, Zimbabwe. But this is a critical condition in these countries. As you fight literally students, why don't you go fix these kind of situations?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mazwangendaba, and today I'm here in Pumula East in Bulawayo, and this is the plight for the people of Bulawayo. It's been a month and a week without running water in our homes.
Imagine a month and a week without running water. A month and a week.
That's a long time.
How have you been eating?
Without
How have you been
water.
shitting? How have you
Yeah.
been? What have you been drinking?
Yeah.
As you can see right behind me, this is a queue. People are looking for water. And the sad part is that this water is unhygienic. The water is from a sewer pipe. So you can imagine the disaster that is.
Sewer pipe. You guys saw in Kasarani, Juja, Thika, I don't know, in Nairobi, which there's some mentioned areas that are gonna outbreak a cholera sign in Nairobi. You guys saw it, and of course, this is because of dirty water.
Looming, no cholera and related diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people that we voted for in parliament. These people are nowhere to be found to assist the people. They are not in solidarity with our suffering. They are only seen during election times, and after that, you only see them in their flashy cars passing by. No help, nothing. Now it's 45 years after independence. In a few weeks' time, we'll be celebrating independence, and this is our plight. Can you imagine 45 years later, people don't have running water in their homes? Mr. President, this is how people are living in the city. People are suffering. Dear Coltart, this is how we are living as Phumula residents. We are using sewage water. There are no pausers. There is no contingency plan. Would you please reach out to Phumula people? Please make sure that the government avails funds so that we get water in our homes. As you can see, this is, see.
This is so crazy, man, but that is what is happening in majority of these African countries. So you're busy chasing children because of a simple play that exposes this kind of things that you don't do. You know, why don't you focus on the majority of the things that you promise the people, manifestos? You know, people don't have a problem with you actually if you delivered what you said. It's crazy, man. But closing remarks or your view as well.
It's so sad because it's amazing because a lot of leaders that we know in the African countries or Africa, they mostly in that position for their own benefit. I believe they literally know the right things. They know everything that's happening. They know about the wealth in Africa. Even though some are given ultimatums, they know the right thing to do. But also, if we say like we're gonna have one president, do you think all these presidents will be like, what about me? Because everybody wants power. That's why it might be a little bit hard right now to get that one president. But I think in our head it's very mature. Maybe all these countries can become provinces and we have one army, one economy, because all these African presidents are very selfish and greedy, and that's why we see a lot of these things. I don't think it can cost that much.
It won't.
At all.
She's just into getting a well. Like literally kuchimba well.
It's crazy. This is why we have
Imagine
now.
Naturally. Unajua inakuja chini naturally tumepewa
So
na
they'll
Mungu.
wait for Mr. Beast to come and do the magic.
As if could build a well ni expensive aje na shida cover. And even like these small leaders we have like MCAs.
Thank you.
And you know MPs. Like hata tuseme MPs ni wakubwa constituency. MCA ni jobi hapa tu Tumaini. Unataka kuniambia mtu hizi dig well hapa Tuma, alafu mwingine dig Tuskys. Because different MCs. Unaget. So I believe that personally, as I give my point, I just think it goes back to bad governance. Literally, this is what we see in most African countries. In Kenya, there are places where people don't have water. Look at Mandera, and they have. Hey, look at every day we are like it's a desert. It's a desert, but yet money made there is a lot. So you can't tell me pesa nyantengeneza it's incapable of supplying them water. No, you know. So I just believe it goes back to bad governance, selfish leaders, and just like a lot of bad governance. That is my closing remark.
Also, it shows they don't really give a crap about you and me. They'll come and tell you what you want to hear, but they don't give a crap about you and me. It's a fact. It's a fact. Fundamental truth. But I'm wishing you a beautiful weekend. Remember to take care, rest if you can, and spend your time with people who are pleased to your spirit. I'm sending you so much love and light.
Much love, family, of course. See you guys tonight. It doesn't end here for me. See you guys on the Africa Today show. Not sure what we're gonna be tackling tonight. There's a whole lot of story we were supposed to do about Tariq Nasheed and Shua. Ain't sure what we're talking about, so you see you guys of course later on the Africa Today show. Shumani,
thank you guys so much. A beautiful weekend. Enjoy. Take care. Don't drink and drive, and stay safe. I'm gonna see you on Monday. Mwah.
Peace.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Here is Angela Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all the way in Switzerland. I'm reaching out to our brothers and sisters on the African continent. You're tuning in to